This is what the XL Sea Terrace looks like the moment you walk in. Spotless, stylish, and modern. And this is what it looks like on day 4. We're showing you both, the polished version and the real one, with everything we loved, everything we didn't, and the stuff no one else talks about.
Woo. All right, here we are. Okay, this is bigger than I thought. Woo. All right, we have an XL Sea Terrace, which is the one with 2 bathrooms. It's 1 bathroom with 2 stalls. So this is the shower stall. Comes with a rain shower head, a handle, and then the shampoo, conditioner, body wash, which is actually pretty decent. This one is where the toilet is. So this is our first time in an XL Sea Terrace, and I like having the separate stalls. And then here is the rest of the bathroom. Nice big sink, plenty of storage under here. A really good lighted mirror. Here's the bed. One thing about Virgin that bothers me last time, is that they don't have a top sheet. It's just a duvet on top of a fitted sheet. I actually brought my own top sheet because we get really warm in the night, and although this is a very nice quality duvet, it's too warm for us when it's 90 degrees in the middle of the ocean. Here is the closet. I'll save my opinions for this till later. Really great TV right in front of the bed. Since there isn't a separate living area like in some cruise lines, this is actually the perfect spot for it. It doesn't move in and out, but it doesn't really need to. This is a nice little place to set all your junk. We will thoroughly ruin this room in 20 minutes, I promise you. Here's our water. They keep carafes here, drinks. They do not have plastic water bottles on the whole ship. We brought our own refillable water bottles, and we'll use that as well as this while we're in the room. And have a refrigerator. It's more of a beverage cooler. It doesn't get incredibly cold. Ice bucket down here. A lighted mirror. Here's the stool. Hi. And then the one lonely chair over here, which is actually quite wide. It's pretty comfortable, but there is only one chair. So either you're sitting on the bed or you're sitting in this chair. So that means most of the time we're going to be out here. The whole room control is all on this little iPad, and she just pressed the curtains open button, and there you go. See, here's an option too.
Finding your zen.
Your zen. Changes all the mood lighting in the room.
This one's for a photo shoot.
Photo shoot's always going to have more light. But here's what everyone wants to know. How's the balcony? So if you open the door, remember your AC turns off, so keep it closed when you want to be in the room. This view is not bad. Beautiful water. Okay, our last Virgin cruise, we had a limited view with not the hammock. We had like the egg version, the standstill version. So we haven't tried the hammock yet. Ever. Ashley, come try the hammock. You have 2 little steel chairs out here, a tiny table. I find this table to be too small, but we'll talk about complaints later.
All right.
All right, you ready? How is it?
Pretty comfy.
Is it comfy?
Yeah. I can chill here. It's gorgeous out here.
It is beautiful. Okay, quickly, complaints. Here's what I don't like about the room. We'll start with my dislikes, and then Ashley will end with what she likes, because she's more positive about the room than I am. Okay, I hate this closet. I think it's janky. I think there's no doors. This is just a sheer curtain. I find that to be cheap. So this looks like a dorm room closet to me. I don't like that it's open. Like, they could have put doors on this. I don't like it. Ashley likes it. She likes places. I think this feels like a dorm room. Everything else I can get past. This is A lot of people don't mind it. This is the worst part of the room to me. I think it's horrible. If you like
Also
things
have
to
these baskets, which are pretty
still,
roomy.
if you like things to be put away and it bothers you when things are not put away, this will bother you.
We will get unpacked and see how it looks.
Oh, there was a bobby pin in that. Okay.
Once we unpack, we'll see how it looks.
We'll show you when it's all unpacked. Another thing, most cruise lines now, you can put your suitcases under the bed. Not the case here. You can only put small suitcases under the bed. Your big suitcases won't really fit. You could shove them in there, but you risk them getting scratched. They're hard to get in and out. It's just not very helpful. I think that's a big drawback. Another thing is there's really no drawers or storage in here. You know, you have these two little cubbies. One has your ice and one is small right there. Also open. I like things in drawers put away. Can't do that here. That bothers me as well. There is a drawer here. But it's got extra blankets and stuff in it. We never really use that much. And plus it's so low to the ground. It's not easy access.
You still complaining about storage?
I'm talking about storage. This is the only drawer in the whole room.
It's a huge drawer.
Yeah, not really. It's not very tall. It's really low to the ground. It's hard to get to. Everything else is just open, and I don't like that. I like to be able to close it. Ashley isn't bothered by a single one of these. Like I said, these are all my complaints.
Because we can still have it organized and neat.
Okay, I did my complaints, so now you run through everything that you love. Ready?
Where do you want to start?
Wherever you want to start. What do you love?
Balcony.
I also love the balcony.
Hammock.
Yes.
Size of the room.
Okay.
I like that there is no couch. I think the couch just ends up feeling like the room's cluttered. I like all the lights, all this other stuff. You don't get this on other cruises. You don't.
You don't.
I don't. So I like that. I don't mind the closet area. I think it's totally fine. I like this big, nice flat screen TV.
The TV's nice.
It's big compared to the Disney cruises. It's a really good size. I like it. I like how low the bed is.
I don't. I would rather it be a little higher so we could have room for the luggage.
I like the bathroom.
I like the bathroom. Yeah.
I agree. I think it feels bigger. Even the shower this feels like we have more. No, it's not that it feels. It is certainly way more space.
It's bigger. The only complaint I have about it is there's no door right here.
Agreed.
So if someone's asleep and someone's in here, or maybe somebody goes to the gym earlier than the other one, and she's in here like brushing her teeth, getting ready to go to the gym, all the lights are going to be on. That's probably going to, and that here's the mirror right here. It's just going to bounce off. It's probably going to bother me. For clarity, I do not hate the room. I do not hate it, obviously, because I'm on my second cruise. I just think that it could be slightly better. I hate the closet. I think that's stupid. If the closet was exactly like it was and there were doors and you could shut it, I could live with it. But otherwise, this is cheap. It feels so much like a dorm room cheap to me. I think that is a cop-out, and I don't like that.
3 days later.
But I thought I'd do a room tour of like a lived-in room, an actual lived-in room, instead of just an empty room when you just get here. Just to show all of the storage or lack thereof and what it looks like when you actually have two overpackers in one room. This is after the stateroom host has cleaned the room for the day, but basically all they do is refresh the towels, make the bed, take the trash, pick up here and there. They don't actually move any of your stuff around. Okay, so let's start from the beginning. I'm also wearing my sunglasses. I'm not crazy. They're a prescription, and I don't feel like digging my real ones out. Okay, here we go. So this is at the front. The only thing, we hang my bags here. Ashley's bag normally goes there, but she's not in here right now. She's at the gym. I have this little travel wrap. It's kind of like just like a big scarf. I bring it to dinner because a lot of my outfits are like sleeveless or backless, and sometimes it gets kind of chilly inside the restaurant. So I have that hanging there. This is of course the full-length mirror. Nothing storage-wise there. Here's the bathroom. There's Ashley stored our toiletry bag, which she just keeps on the counter. And then this is storage down here. Some random things. That's a bag of hair products, that kind of thing. We have extra towels here. We've asked her to leave extra towels every day, so she's done that. Extra washcloths as well. And then we just kind of have a stack. This is my toothbrush and some like disposable face cloths. So this is as tidy as it gets. You know, we're not really using any storage other than that for the shower. You know, face wash there, a razor. That's pretty good. Nothing in the toilet room. It stays. Although there is room right here. I don't really know what you would store in the toilet room. But there is like a little shelf right there if that's useful. Here's the bed. We have lots of fans because we are hot-natured. This is not a Virgin Cruise problem. This is an all cruise problem, and frankly all hotels. They are never cool enough for us. They, you know, you can sometimes get them to knock it down to 65, but honestly 65 with as heavy as the comforters or duvets usually are, that's kind of too hot for us. When you have 2 hot sleepers in one bed, a heavy duvet, it gets warm. So we actually like it colder than that, and we need fans blowing on us. So we always bring these fans. This is one right here. It stands up. There you go. It oscillates if you need it to do that. Or you can have it sit still in one spot and you can move it up and down. We find this useful. It can charge, but we usually just keep it plugged in. This one's actually new. It's a mini cruise fan specifically for the cruise. It's magnetic right there, so it sticks to the wall. We had it here. We actually tried it up here to blow down on us. That worked too. It is quite small, so unless you have it plugged up, it doesn't really stay on all night, but it stayed on a good while, and that was helpful. Here's by the bed. So you see we have the fan here. This is trash. Ashley didn't pick up her trash. There we go. A phone charger. You know, this is the edge of the couch right here. The couch. And then Ashley's eye mask as well. That's pretty easy. She keeps her area not bad, except for her shoes. But we'll talk about that another time. We did fit a couple of suitcases under there, but only a carry-on size and a medium size. A large suitcase will not fit under the bed without damaging it. It will not fit. All right. I'm going to back up for this one. This is my biggest complaint. You might know from my previous video. Biggest complaint is the closet. Here's what it looks like, all filled up. We do unpack. Our clothes needed to be steamed. So we did that on the first day. And it looks a little better if you, I mean, here's what it looks like closed. I still find this just looks so janky. It looks a little better, I guess, closed, but there you have it. All this is still showing, even when it's closed. All that's still showing. Most of the time we actually have it open anyway. But this is what it looks like. We got our big suitcases right under there, and then our carry-on bags and some shoes over there. So that's what that looks like. You know, the bed's fine. She did make it. I'm going to show you this little thing. I don't know if I showed you this before, but we actually bring our own top sheet right here because we are hot. And Virgin does not, this is crazy, still crazy to me, Virgin does not use top sheets in their regular rooms. Maybe in their Rockstar rooms, but they do not have top sheets. And this bedding is quite heavy. So another reason why we get really hot. So we brought our own top sheet this time. What we usually do is we bring the duvet like basically just down to our feet. We fold it back down to our feet so where it covers our feet. And then basically from the knees up, we only have a top sheet. Sometimes we get a little chilly in the night and then we'll bring it up to our hips or something like that, but not typically. We are warm-blooded folks. Okay, this is my area. It's messy, I know. They always leave those here. in case you need towels. They're kind of messed up right now. But this is what I mean by there's really no storage. Like, there's my Kindle for night. That's fine. That's actually the remote to the fan. I have some cough syrup. And then just random bits over here. That little blue bag is actually my face mask. So this gets pretty messy. I wish instead there were nightstands with drawers so we could put that up. Over here, I actually brought these hooks. They're really strong. And they're holding my bags and things like that. I actually have 2 more over here. They are so strong that I can't get these 2 apart. Like, I can't separate them. I've tried for 3 days, so I'm dealing with the 3. This is also like where I charge my phone clearly, and then I have my shoes over here tucked away. The chair, like I said before, just really becomes a dumping ground. It's kind of where I put my bag until I put it up. I'll put it up there in a few minutes. And these are my workout clothes from yesterday. I just didn't want to stuff them in my dirty clothes all sweaty because I didn't want to make the other clothes sweaty necessarily. So I'm letting those air out before I put them in my dirty clothes bag. And over here, this is what gets the most messy to me, and this is where there's the most room for improvement. We have our fan that I talked about. It's plugged in. We just leave it on all the time because it's warm. This is what they leave, which I actually like having this. A Hot Tools, and this is my Hot Tools, just a little travel curling iron / straightener. But this is what gets pretty messy. Like, this is where you probably need to charge things. I know this is where I charge things. This is where you kind of get ready. It's a dumping ground for things like water bottle, you know, my melatonin because I can't sleep. This is actually a sunglasses case. This is where I keep that. These are my camera things, my fragrance, my hair things. So this gets really cluttered, and it does bother me. It does bother me a bit. Over here, also really cluttered. Everything's shoved in there as best as possible, but it's my makeup, my hair toiletries. That's actually my sunscreen. But everything's in there as best as can. There's also 2 ice buckets back there. But everything's shoved in there as best as possible. But, like, this is not very aesthetic. Like, even if this had a cover over it, that would, like a door or something, that would make it feel a little better. But I find this quite annoying. I just try not to look at it. This tray actually was over there, and we just moved it. There is a wooden tray here that's supposed to be for these things, but this big tray is just pointless to me being over there, and that's kind of my nightstand. So we did move it over here. There we go. Overall, we're making do. We try to keep it as tidy as possible. We tend to run late, so sometimes when we're getting ready to go to a dinner reservation, we're like kind of rushing, and then at that point it gets a little messy. But we just pick up when we get back before we go to bed. But yeah, that's what it looks like. So all those people that say that they don't mind the closet, do you mind the closet? I mind the closet. Ashley actually doesn't care about that. She doesn't mind the closet being open. She likes looking at her stuff, I guess. I don't know. She doesn't mind that at all. I mind that. I mind this as well, right here. And this clutter here. There's no drawers. And, like, we do have this right here, this drawer technically. But there's also this right here that I kind of use as, like, if I have a drink or something. I've been moving it at night over here, like this, just so I don't hit my head or anything on it. But most of the time it sits here, you know, and I can't really bring that drawer out. But also, like, a drawer on the floor is just really not very convenient for me. Like, I don't want to bend down on the floor like that to pull everything up. I just don't love it. So that's the room. What do you think? Is that bothersome? I will add, even though that bothers me, we're not in the room a whole lot. I'm not normally one of those. I don't believe in that I only sleep and eat in there. I want the room to be nice and comfortable. I do that with hotels. Same thing with Same thing with cruises. But I am able to bypass that because I do have so much fun around the ship. And if I do want to be in my room, love having this balcony. Let's actually go out there. And look, if the room ever bothers me, I'll just come out here. I mean, this, prime real estate. I'll look over all the flaws of the room for the hammock. Thanks for watching. Check out our vlogs of this whole trip down below. Well, that was a chaotic port experience.